was introduced to it by another company I was working with, and he advised me to go for it. But being a small company, I thought it was for more bigger companies. And I thought, maybe it would be expensive or hard to run for like a small run company like me with just a couple of guys. And it turned out to be the opposite. It turned out to be a godsend for us.
Today's episode is brought to you by MTDCNC, the go-to platform covering the latest stories in the world of manufacturing.
Welcome to today's MTDCNC podcast. I'm Colin Griffiths, who looks after a number of customers at MTDCNC, one of which is Geoff Gartland from PSL Datatrack. I won't do you the dishonour of trying to introduce you, Geoff. Over to you quickly. Give us a brief hello and what you do, what you are.
Thank you, Colin. Good afternoon. We supply production control software specifically for subcontract precision engineers. Scope of the system starts with a quote, goes all the way to the point of invoicing, and all the stops along the way, scheduling, data collection, works order processing, everything.
Okay, and this product is a must-have for every engineering subcontractor, isn't it?
If you wish to streamline, if you wish to be more profitable, if you wish to have more time back to do the things you need to be organised. You need PSL Datatrack.
That's it in a nutshell. And one of the people or companies who will attest to that, we are joined today by Alan from Newtech. Alan, if you could give me a quick summary of your company, and I will quote you. I wish we'd done this years ago, as in not the podcast, because this is probably quite traumatic, although you've been on a video, but taking on PSL Datatrack. But first of all, if people don't know who you are, they might guess where you're from. So over to you.
Well, my name's Alan, and I'm the owner of Newtech High Speed Turning. We started in 2003 as a subcontractor. We've got a range of machines from sliding heads, fixed heads, 5-axis machines and miller machines. So we're trying to cover all bases. Obviously, we use PSL Datatrack to do that.
Excellent. Now, it's in the name, high-speed turning, but you mentioned doing a bit of milling there as well, just to confuse us all.
Originally, we started off doing more turning and sliding head turning, and then there was lots of opportunity for work in the milling and the 5-axis milling, so we jumped into that as well.
Okay, and then over the last sort of 8-9 years, you've moved twice now as well. Is that correct?
Yeah, we've moved a few times over the last 20 years. We've moved a few times, getting bigger and bigger. So,
yeah, like every good engineer as well. Yeah, we moved to new space, but we're going to have to move again in the next 6 months because you always need more space, don't you?
Exactly. Yeah, more machines. That's what we want. More
machines. No, well, hopefully you're going to clarify that part of these new machines and being able to afford them and buy them is taking on board PSL Datatrack.
That's right, yeah. Well, we took on, I think there was a long time where we looked into PSL Datatrack, but we didn't take the plunge. Personally, it was, with it being a product or being a small company, it seemed like a big jump to do. So it took us a long time to get into it. And then when we did actually take the plunge, it wasn't scary at all. It was really simple to use, and it made a big difference to us.
Excellent. Now, let's say it took a little while. 12 years, I'm understanding. It took to take this plunge.
It did, yeah. I was introduced to it by another company I was working with, and he advised me to go for it. But being a small company, I thought it was for more bigger companies. And I thought, maybe it would be expensive or hard to run for like a small run company like me with just a couple of guys. And it turned out to be the opposite. It turned out to be a godsend for us.
There you go. So we'll note that comment down. There's numerous sort of things here, compliments, I'd say, of this product and service. Geoff, though, are you that scary?
Not really. Although I'll tell you what, if I think back to those days, pre-Zoom, obviously everything that happened in the last few years, we used to travel the country a great deal. And I remember, Alan, I booked in to come up and see you, drove up to Merseyside, stayed in a hotel the night before, came in to see you, and you weren't there. I turned up, and it was probably 2 or 3 premises back. And I remember one of you guys was there, walking into that old unit, and you maybe won't mind me saying, it wasn't as nice as where you'll be now, without a doubt. And I walked in thinking, is this a wind-up? Anyway, you turned up about an hour later, and I'm pleased I made the trip because we got on really well, and it was great. You had the need, we had the synergy between what you needed and what we could provide and so on. And let's say the rest is history, and it's been great. It's been great from there on, it really has.
That's right. Well, since we jumped in then, we we went from lots of different programs on Excel and things like that, and it brought everything together for us, and it really simplified the company. So that was it was good that you turned up on that visit. Yeah,
I think one of the key, absolutely. So one of the key things you're doing is, you've got these engineers who are doing their Excel spreadsheets or accounting software. It brings it all together, and it's simple to use.
It is, yeah, it is, and it's simple to follow because everything's all in one place, and plus added we have all reports, so we don't have to put any reports together of what we're doing. Everything's all there, just a couple of clicks of a button, you've got a full report.
Okay, now I know one of the things that you sort of pride yourself on, Geoff, is things like the reporting system. Have you done a bespoke one for Alan, or is this one of the standard reports?
Reports, without checking details, Colin, I could be guessing slightly, but what I know we have definitely done for Alan, we put in a customized status board for you probably about 3 years ago, and that was to do with scheduling. So you've got the scheduling details you need on the screen, on the shop floor that auto updates. It's paperless. Even better than a report.
Yeah, we can see the jobs that are coming up just from the shop floor now, so we don't have to go in and check computers. It's always there, which makes it a lot easier. So
saving the environment with no paper. But I think that's key. I mean, a lot of the work we do with you, Geoff, pretty much everybody, they'll take on board DataTrak, PSL DataTrak, will subsequently get status boards. I think everybody loves them.
It's very common, to be honest, of the customers you've been out to see, Colin. Yeah, there's probably very few who haven't put status boards in because it brings the system to life. It really just gives the information back for you, and it just makes it so much quicker. Really, as Alan said, it's just there in front of you. You don't have to go and look things up. It's just there. Okay.
Now, just two things from what you said earlier. Two sort of things that would stop you taking on board PSL DataTrak. What you said, Geoff, maybe you can answer this. Is it expensive? And B, is it aimed at small engineering companies, big engineering companies? Where do you see it?
Okay, so with regards to is it expensive, it's cost effective. That's the truth of it. It's not 50 quid. It's not £50,000. No, so it has to be sized to suit. Now, DataTrak is scalable, and that's the important thing. It's modular and scalable. So the size reflects the number of user seats you'll have, the number of modules you have, the amount of customization that goes into it. So it's a really fair way of pricing it. In terms of being able to make it affordable, we look where there's a need to come up with a payment plan so that the cost, of course there's cost involved, the cost should not be a barrier to benefiting from good production control to benefit the business. It really shouldn't. And in terms of the size of subcontractors that we go to, our smallest customers are one-man band. Our largest customer has something in the region of 100 employees. And both are subcontractors. And then we've got every size in between.
Absolutely. And I think key to not just Alan, but a lot of your guys is it is off the shelf, but you can build a lot of different things around it. I know, you've got different data stations, status boards, reports, invoicing, everything. And so you could build it off your platform. You could then bespoke it for everybody, essentially.
We can. We have a huge configuration file. And in fact, as we're talking now, we've got the latest version going out in beta test this afternoon. That adds another 76 configuration options on top of the existing system. So we're always pushing forward. We're always looking for what we can do next to make the system better, to provide more benefit, and therefore more return on that investment to our customers.
Absolutely. Now, Alan, you said, so Newtech high-speed turning. How many parts do you reckon, I'm going to put on the spot, how many parts do you think you'd make per week on average?
It depends what machines. We can make a small amount of parts on a 5-axis, so we could make tens of thousands on the stars.
So huge. I mean, going from small
to a lot of jobs.
Yeah. How easy then is it to price those jobs in terms of different machines, different quantities, but also I'm hoping and assuming you get lots of repeat orders as well. How easy is it to do those repeat orders?
Quoting's really simple because we have all the machines are set up on cost centers for all different price ranges that we charge for different machines. It takes us probably only a couple of minutes because all the materials are all stored in the system. So putting a quote together can take a couple of minutes. Repeat orders, it's just a couple of clicks and you've got a repeat order on your system.
Okay, and I think, maybe not selling yourself short, but in terms of a lot of people, yes, it is about price, but it's not necessarily the cheapest. Getting those quotes out the door quickly and efficiently, that can help win the business.
It does. It makes a difference because back in the day, if we didn't get a quote out, by the time we'd got a quote to a customer, did say it was already placed. We can get a quote out to a customer literally within a couple of minutes of an email landing on our system.
There you go. So hopefully winning lots of business and repeat orders as well then.
Much more, yeah.
Excellent. So I'm assuming you wish you did this many years ago.
Yeah, I think it was, looking back, it was a mistake holding off, because it's been such a help to grow the business. I know there's a cost involved, but like Geoff said, it's cost effective because it took my time out of the office onto the shop floor again, where I could help produce.
Yeah, you could do what you like doing, I'm assuming, as in making parts, not sitting on an Excel spreadsheet and all that boring stuff.
That's it, yeah. On the machines.
Machine-based pun there, saying boring, but you don't do boring, do you? Anyway, I'll move on from that. Sorry, not known for my gags. But we've got this fantastic new software. Whenever we get new software in our company, you think, oh, this is going to be an absolute nightmare. Learning it, getting trained for it, are people available? We'll give you all the support. What do you do, Geoff, to hold these people's hands?
We take them through and show them how simple it is. So we start off with, there's a fact find. So what's important? Why? You think you want a system, why? What's the reason behind why you need a system? What are your biggest pain points? And that's what we've got to address straight off. Typically, it's going to be quoting. It's going to be scheduling, because without a system, it's very hard to get visibility around how much work you've taken on. Then if you make false promises, you're just forever running to catch up. Then you've got the general admin, the time it takes to produce paperwork if it's all manual. So we'll hit those through a discussion, through a demonstration, a presentation of the product. Then we'll have a discussion around the exact spec that it's applicable to start with. We can put forward a proposal. The training's all via Zoom. So there's no commitment to having to have blocks of days of training. It can be bite-sized chunks, because it's so important that you keep the day job running at the same time. You can't let customers down. So bringing in the system has to incur as little disruption as possible. And that's what we're very experienced at doing.
So Geoff sold us a dream there. What's the reality, Alan?
Well, it's the system. It was really simple. We had a couple of days where I was learning the system, which was the reason why I was holding off, because I was getting a new system in. I thought it was going to be a big learning curve, which there wasn't. I was run through each one of the modules by Geoff on a Zoom, and I didn't move to the next one until I understood exactly what I was doing. By the end of, I think, 2 days, I was running, and it was that simple.
Alan, if I can just think back to when you did it as well, I know when we had discussions at that time, without getting into details, you had various, let's say, milestones in life, whether it was moving factory or growing a family or whatever, there was something happening. And I know there were reasons why, no, I can't do that. And then when you finally did it, I think about 3 things came together at the same time.
It did, yeah. Everything came together. Well, at that same time, I'd moved factories, bought PSL, got married, and had a child. So it was a busy time for me, but I still managed to achieve it.
And Everton won a football match.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm only going by the accent there, but I had to drop a bit of football abuse in there. Anyway, so I'm going to go back to it. Wish you'd done it years ago?
Definitely, yeah. I think it wasn't just something I wish I'd done. It's something that I would, if somebody else was starting off, it's something you have to do, because having everything in one place from the beginning would have been the best situation for me, instead of trying to run from lots of different systems.
Yeah. So wherever you may be in terms of subcontract engineering, invest in this system. And another thing, though, is, and we're finding it a lot more now in terms of shop floor quality inspection, things like that. How has PSL DataTrak helped you in doing your inspection, your accountability, and things like that?
Well, everything's tracked, everything's traced through there. We can, even from materials and certificates coming through from the suppliers, we can track all that and keep it in the system. Plus, when we put a job onto the shop floor, it's also got a job sheet with a layout, which has got all the programs that we should be using on each job, and also all the traceability right the way back from start to finish, including an inspection sheet.
So, again, I think we're alluding here is this system is built for engineers, simple to use, and is making your life basically a whole lot simpler.
Yeah, it took a lot of time from me working in the office trying to pull everything together. Everything's quick, everything's simple, and it puts me on the shop floor, which is the main thing. And even if I was just in the office, I'd be able to get tons more quotes done because it's a couple of clicks of a few buttons and it's job done.
Yeah, but what about the guys on the shop floor? Are they happy about the boss being out there pestering them or machining or
and getting on the job? Keep them productive. That's the main thing.
Yeah, keep them on their toes. So, Geoff, you've got 27 modules now.
27 modules. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, I wouldn't expect you to list them all, Geoff, and I wouldn't expect to list all the ones that you've got, Alan. But some of them, for example, you've got your scheduler, your bill of materials, tool definitions, the status board. Are you looking at the next step, or you've not got to that yet?
Yeah, we're thinking about bringing in. We've got the purchasing side of it, so we're going to look more into the purchase orders and bringing that more into it, so that we can do the same as what we do with the invoicing, where we transfer the invoices straight over to our accounts software. We want to be doing the same with all our purchase orders.
And in the latest version, we've done some work on purchasing as well, so you can actually better analyse your spend without going into your account system in terms of things like machine spares, advertising, and so on, service costs. So purchasing has even more benefits in the 2025 version. Mm-hmm. So we can give you those details.
That's exactly what we're looking for.
There you go. Happy to help with that style as well, Geoff. So I'll follow up on that in due course, if that's all right.
Yeah, certainly.
From here, I mean, it's great to hear. And again, I'm going to say, wish you'd done it years ago, Alan.
Definitely. It's a must for anybody. For me personally, definitely wish it would.
Especially busy with wife, kids, new factory.
Yeah, definitely. It takes a lot of time off from the office, and that's the main thing for me.
Perfect. Now, I'm going to ask, where to from here, Geoff? Have you got any big announcements, or just continue developing PSL Datatrack?
Well, the 2025 version, obviously we're recording this now, is being released. Well, it's going on beta test today. It's going to be in general release next 4 to 6 weeks. And that's probably the biggest single upgrade we've ever launched. We went through the count of how many new features. There's about 160 new features gone into the product. So there's a lot of time and effort gone into that, and we think there'll be a lot of benefit to customers in terms of upgrading to the latest version. So, yeah, it's going to be exciting for us, to be honest. Biggest upgrade for some years. Well, I'd say potentially we've ever released.
Key to that as well is you listen to what your customer's saying. So, again, you've got your package, but you develop things for clients on an individual basis. And now this is audio, but I've got the video here. I can see Alan nodding his head in the background. But also, yes, you could do it individually, but also you can put it out to the whole all your database, all your customers, if need be, or if you want to.
Well, yeah, the idea is that's what makes it cost effective. So as we bring out new versions, we develop options that customers can turn on or not, and there are other features that will just be standard anyway. Everyone benefits. So effectively, the entire customer base helps finance the upgrades. You're not into charging each customer for developing everything you've done. It's a shared cost. That keeps it affordable for everybody, and everyone benefits.
So not expensive, cost effective.
Cost effective, yeah. It's got to be, isn't it?
Now, Alan, sounds like you guys been a great success, and PSL DataTrak has been part of that success. I can say success properly. Next steps for you guys. You got any big plans coming up? New machines, more software?
Yeah, we're looking at new machines all the time. We went down to see Star a little while back, so maybe that's going to be our next move.
So as soon as the guys from Star hear this podcast, they'll be on the phone.
I'll have Charles on the phone.
Fair enough.
Yeah, just in time for their open house.
Yeah,
absolutely, guys. That's it. In a nice, relaxed, but quick chat about obviously PSL DataTrak, also Newtech high-speed engineering. So if you want quick turnarounds, quick quotes, efficient quotes, machining, be it milling, 5-axis, standard milling, slide head, fixed it. I'm trying to upsell Newtech here for you, but there you go. These are the way to go. Guys, I'm going to wrap it up there. Geoff, anything else from your good self?
Well, it was really only, I had a conversation, well, I've had a few conversations recently with people about want and need. And I think Alan summed up there where he said it's a must. Because you can look at software and think, it's something I want, but I don't need it. I can get by without it. Depends what you want from your business. If you want your business to be strong, if you want your business to grow, develop, be there for you, give you payback and so on, you want it to be as efficient as possible. That makes software a need, not a want.
There you go. Nice succinct. Alan, any final words from your good self?
I would just say that anyone that's thinking about looking into this product, don't do what I done. Don't wait. Just go for it. The help, the support's there, and it's second to none.
There you go. Absolutely brilliant. Geoff, thank you. Alan, great endorsement of PSL DataTrak. Hope you enjoyed listening to today's MTDCNC podcast. Thank you very much, and we will see you all here from you all soon. Thank you and goodbye.
Thank you for listening. If you want to find out more about what's happening in the world of manufacturing and engineering, visit mtdcnc.com.